welcome to the 10 and 3 podcast.
I forgot the name.
It's okay. It's been that long. But how you doing, Gina? This is so cute.
Thank you. That's Miniso from Miniso. It's a store, literally called Miniso. It sells Japanese-made goods and stuff, I think.
Oh, it's cool.
Although the hand lotion was German, so who knows how true that statement is. But, I mean, that was like their shtick. Japanese stuff.
I really like this,
It's
bro.
really cute. There's one in Orlando. That's where I got that.
Oh, Orlando?
We went to Orlando, and I was like, I have to go to this store.
Yeah, I need to go.
So,
I like this.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to the original question. How are you doing?
I'm good, recovering from my California trip.
Yeah,
guys.
check out the pics on our Instagram.
Yeah, I totally, you know what? Every time I come on here, I talk about BTS. I'm so sorry, guys. But I went to the BTS concert. Yes, I saw my 7 husbands. I need to stop saying that. Because they have Instagrams now.
yeah, that's what I heard.
They have Instagrams now, so I'm like scared that my Instagram is obviously public, so I get nervous about like
how they're gonna
like what if they stumble on it, like I'm scared, like I gotta be careful, and this could easily be linked back to me. So 7 artists that I have a deep respect
and compassion for, and their artistry and their
their artistry is amazing, and they just also happen to be really, really cute. I went to California and it was so cool. I considered moving like 4 times.
Wait, really? Great. I thought you said you didn't like it. I
didn't like it for the move. I just like that there's more to do.
Yeah,
I don't like the living.
That's true.
I like the doing, because there's nothing to do in Florida.
Yeah.
Or it feels like it.
Or at least in the area we are in Florida.
Maybe that's what I need to do for 2022. I'm going to try to find things to do in Florida, and I'll share them. But in California, it feels like there's always... And also, like, just because it has more history, somehow, it has more history, and, like, there's just more going on, and it's just bustling more. Florida is very sleepy, old people. Except for Miami. That's another thing I did recently. I went to Miami for a birthday party.
Ooh.
I slept. I didn't make it through the whole trip. I had to go back on the party bus and sleep.
Wow. It was that intense? Bro. Wow.
I'm a grandma. But, you know, I'm just catching up on sleep, caught up on work, living life.
Nice.
Living life.
I'm happy for you. I've been kind of doing the opposite. So I've been mostly chilling at home, you know, going through kind of like a almost quarter life crisis, because I'm almost 25. Yeah. So, you know, like that moment, like you start reevaluating every single thing you've done up to this point.
That's an episode. Quarter life crises are real.
Yeah. Because you're 25, I'm 24. So, like... Yeah, we could talk about that another time, but that's a good point. But yeah, I've been going through that. Yeah.
Expected.
Yeah, I've been going through that. And then I told you before that, like, I'm starting, I don't know how to call it, but I'm getting a certificate in IT security.
Okay, certification class.
Yeah, certification class. So I'm starting actually next week. And yeah, I'm really excited. I haven't been more excited for school than I have for this. So that's a good thing.
When you find something that you're passionate about, it doesn't feel like work. Like, if you told me, like, hey, you're starting an algebra course next week, I'd be like, damn. You know, I'd be like, ugh, I'm not looking forward to this. I don't want to do this. Every time they're like, oh, we have a new training I'm like, dang, I don't want to go do this. Like, but if you're like, oh, by the way, we're going to be doing ugly Christmas sweaters, like creating our own. I'm like,
ooh,
let's go, let's do it. That idea actually got turned down, but.
Oh, at your job?
Time, yeah.
Oh, man. Then what are you guys going to do for Christmas then?
I don't know.
Oh. Because I know, you guys don't know, but like back in the day, Gina's former employers, they had pretty good Christmas parties, bro. Yeah. Them white people be getting lit. That's all I'm gonna say.
I worked an office job, you guys, white collar, you know, and the alcohol was flowing, so things got crazy quick. Mm-hmm. Alcohol was flowing, and it got crazy quick.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Anyways, okay, so this is the Marvel episode. So today we'll be talking about all things.
Not Stephen Strange, Doctor Strange. I said
Stephen Strange. What is Stephen Strange?
Yeah, but Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange.
Doing this.
Yeah, so we'll be talking about all things Marvel that came out this year, 2021, which is actually like a decent amount of things.
Black Widow finally.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Black Widow finally came out.
Let's talk about that. Okay, we watched.
Let me get comfortable.
Yeah, get comfortable.
Let me get comfortable. Miniso, get on the chair.
Hey,
let's get comfortable. All right.
Bro,
I was disappointed.
I might steal this from you.
No,
I'm like
we can take a trip to Orlando and you can get your own.
Okay, fine. Okay, Black Widow.
Sarah and I have matching ones, so that's.
Aww.
But hers has a different name. It's like Mini Sue, and mine is Mini So. It's.
Oh my gosh. Black Widow.
I was disappointed.
Yeah.
I was very disappointed in the movie, but it's funny because I feel like lately, ever since Phase 4, my bad, I said Phase 1. Phase 4? It was Phase 4.
The phase that we're in right now, Phase 4.
Oh, never mind. Ever since anything after Endgame.
Yeah, basically Phase 4.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Ever since then, I have been disappointed. And to be honest, I didn't like Endgame either.
Really?
Yeah.
You're actually not in the majority? There are some people be like, Infinity War was better than Endgame.
I mean, honestly, if we think back, I've been complaining since Civil War.
Yeah, I think that's actually a fair assessment.
That was the start of me complaining. I think the only movie that I haven't complained about... No, I've complained about... I didn't like Spider-Man Far From Home.
Really?
No, I didn't like it at all. I didn't like... I get what they're doing, but I don't like it. And, I mean, we'll see with this next one that's coming out to see where they go from there. Yeah. But I've never really been a fan of the everybody knows who Peter is storyline.
You're jumping all over the place, Gina.
But my bad. Yeah. Black Widow didn't like it because, first of all, that movie... No. She should have had a movie since 2010. 10 years
too late.
2010 she should have had
10 years too late. Yeah, 2010. Or like after the
second right after Iron Man or something, she should have had a movie.
Iron Man 2, yeah.
Like...
Is it raining?
It's raining.
That is super weird. Wow.
That is random.
Okay.
Yeah, she should have had a movie.
Yeah.
And honestly, it all felt shoehorned in because it's like, okay, why do I even need to know? Because she's dead.
Exactly.
If they're trying to use it as look, we're going to introduce Yelena. Like, you could have done that any other way. She could have popped up in one of the other movies at the end. She could have popped up during the movies like, oh, yeah, this is my sister. She's going to help us. Then we could be like, oh, yeah, like, who is it? But you're telling me you gave us a whole origin story just to introduce one new character?
Yeah, or like all this time she's been... in like the MCU, she never mentioned her at all, or something like that. And apparently, she meant that much to her during that 2-3 years they were together underground. I don't know, bro.
She should have been mentioned.
Yeah, exactly.
She should have been mentioned, and so I just feel like it was almost like they were trying to do a fan service, but it was like the worst type of fan service. Like it's so late,
too late.
Yeah, and I was like, you kept pushing that.
I don't know.
Disney, Marvel, you kept pushing that, and they played with everybody. And I'm gonna keep moving forward into the shows.
Yeah, those Loki. Shows that. Oh yeah, Loki.
Didn't like Loki. I love to stare at Tom Hiddleston, but Loki was so boring.
Boring?
It was slow.
Yeah, okay.
And it's funny because like I once I got to the end of the first season, I was like, I want to know where the second season is going to see if it's going to get better. But it's not like it's funny because in the past when Marvel movies would happen, it'd be like, oh my gosh, end scene, but I'm going to watch the next one. I don't feel like that anymore. I feel like, I mean, I guess
since I'm on Disney Plus.
Yeah, you know, that's really, and that's how it's been for me watching Hawkeye.
Oh, Hawkeye too?
I was like, I'm on Disney Plus. Let me just watch. I haven't even finished watching the most recent episode. Like, and the thing is, I actually like the Hawkeye.
Yeah, it's not bad.
But
it's not
I feel
bad.
like
you don't feel a need to like kind of follow up on it.
Yeah, they really you know, and it's sad because I liked Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
I did too.
I liked that a lot. Actually, even WandaVision, even though there was a lot of times I was like,
yeah, they kind of dropped the ball the couple.
I still can say that I liked it.
Yeah.
I didn't like Loki. I watched Loki for Tom Hiddleston Tom Hiddleston alone.
Did you at least do like what they did with his character, like the progress he made or whatever? Anything about
and that's the thing. I hate when they go and they like, oh, none of this ever happened. Oops. Okay, but now he knows it happens. Growth.
Why are you talking about his sexuality?
I feel like that too was like, it was so like a little nod.
Yeah.
I hate when they do little nods to things like, no, say it with your chest. Say it. Say it with your chest. Say it.
Yeah.
But no, they're just like, oh.
Yeah, I kind of felt
princes.
Like, yeah.
I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do it hardcore. Go in. Yeah. Make a scene. Nah, they didn't do that. But
yeah, that's actually a good point, because like some people were arguing about the fact that, okay, this is the first time you're gonna out him as a bisexual character, but then you make his love interest a woman.
A woman.
And they honestly didn't have that much chemistry.
He never even looked at anybody else. I'm like, ooh. And also
their chemistry, I wasn't feeling it.
Loki fell in love with himself. Damn. Y'all couldn't even give my dog. Y'all couldn't give my dog somebody else. You're like, oh, he's gonna fall in love with another version of himself.
Yeah.
Like, I just felt like they played us as Boo Boo the Fool. That was the first time. You know how they always say like, oh, Marvel got us sitting out here in the theaters like, oh, we look so dumb. I felt dumb watching Loki.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sitting. No, you want to know how I'm the real Boo Boo the Fool? The only reason I got Disney Plus was for that Loki series.
Oh yeah, I remember.
I got Disney Plus before it even actually had shows on it, guys. Yep. I was paying $8 to stare at trailers. And the show that I got it for just came out this year, and I didn't even like it.
Yeah, I know.
So
I remember when they literally just had the website by itself. Just to save as a reminder, you sent it to me like, oh, save it so we can get Disney Plus, da 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 da. And we finally had to wait, 3 or 4 years for the Loki to actually come out.
I'm like, bro, are you serious right now? Like, I just feel like that was a letdown. And then, I think, Black Widow came out. What other movies came out? Eternals?
You didn't watch it,
I never watched. Look, guys, don't listen, y'all. And it's
You're getting
so sad.
Well, there is such thing as superhero fatigue. Do you think that's what you're dealing with the MCU?
You know what?
That could be it.
I've been disappointed so much.
Yeah.
That, it gets that. Because, like, I remember being so... Remember when we went to go see Civil War and then...
Spider-Man?
Under a roof? I was like, ah! We were like, ah!
Yeah.
I was like, it's Spider-Man! Now it's like, I mean, there's Peter.
He's there.
Peter's there. T'Challa's there. Like, it's so weak, and like, I'm just like, bro,
man.
like, come on. I haven't even felt the need to purchase unnecessary Marvel stuff.
That is true. You've been growing your K-pop shrine.
Jesus,
growing your K-pop shrine.
Lord help me. It's getting too big. I'm trying to figure out how to fix it. You see, it's like being rearranged constantly. Like, it's sad because it's just like, I used to feel so much like inspiration and growth when I had started working out. It was like Marvel stuff that kept me going. I was like pretending I was training for a movie. Mm-hmm. Now I barely can I'm just like, so I didn't see Eternals. I don't feel a need to go out of my way to go see it. I'll see it when I need to see it, because the other thing is, because back when I used to be like super, super into all movies and I was always watching like anything that I felt an interest in, if I couldn't go see a movie within the first 3 weeks, I was gauging reactions. I wouldn't watch reviews or read ratings, but I would see like, okay, what happened to the hype? Yeah. How, because you know how when things get big hype before, after it's released, is that hype still big? Yeah. Or like Black Panther's hype stayed for so long after it was released that by the time it made it to Netflix, like people were still talking about it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm pretty sure when it was on there, it was trending for like a week or something.
Yeah. So I look out and I listen for that stuff, and I'm sorry, Eternals, I'm not hearing no big waves, so I can wait till it's on Disney Plus.
Okay.
So I haven't seen it, but the sad part is, like, I feel like that's the first movie that I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just sit this one out and wait to hear about it. Yeah. But I also feel like the tiniest bit of FOMO. FOMO is fear of missing out, by the way, where I feel like I was like, watch, this is the one I sat out on, and it would probably be the one that I enjoyed the most. And even though I didn't make like specific plans for it, like I'm between, like I'm just trying to figure out with myself, like, okay, am I gonna go see Spider-Man, or if I'm gonna wait a little bit and then see it, like what am I gonna do? Because my brother asked me, he's like, don't you like Spider-Man? Are you gonna go see Spider-Man when it comes out? And I'm like, I don't know yet. He's
even
like,
Spider-Man, bro?
He was like, well, and
wow.
here's the thing, like the fact that I've been disappointed so much, I'm like, I feel apathetic towards it. I don't want to be disappointed again.
Yeah.
You know, like that was a very beautiful chunk of my life that I was following. Like I've been following the MCU since its inception, basically.
Yeah.
I've been on it for so long that it's like I got let down so much in the past 2 years, and I'm just like, not even just 2, I think. No, 2 years.
Yeah, past
that
2 years, I think,
that I'm just kind of like, am I gonna let it hurt me, or am I just gonna hang on to the good stuff and not? You know when you're in denial.
He's like, or like when you're in a relationship and you feel like it's like, I feel like we're gonna have a mutual breakup because at this point we're just trying to remember the good times, not trying to end it.
I'm that person that like when I really enjoy a show, I'll not watch the last episode because then that means it never ended for me.
And
I feel like
I never thought about that.
Yeah, I did that for Phineas and Ferb for a whole 2 years. I did not watch the last episode because I didn't want it to end. And it's funny because I made a post about it for the last episode premiering. I didn't see it for 2 years, and even then my family held me down and forced me to watch it, and they're like, it's over. It's done. But I didn't want to watch it be done because it's like it was something good for me, and so like if it felt good at the time and then it's done, like I have to accept like it's over.
Yeah,
but if I go see this Spider-Man movie and I don't like it, I'm gonna have to break up with my Marvel love. It's like, it's gonna have to be like, you know what, if it's there and it's convenient, but to go out of my way. And I actually was like thinking like, oh, maybe you should see it in 4DX, but it's like, you're gonna spend $25.
Yeah, more money for you to be disappointed,
like,
though.
It's hard, and this is the stuff that I'm weighing out now. Like, I don't know if I can have my heart broken again. I don't know if I can handle that kind of heartache.
Yeah.
So it's rough out here. I haven't made a decision yet because, like, you know, we've been in this together. It's been 11 strong years, but the last
2 years have been pretty rough.
It's been rough, you know. That doesn't mean that. I mean, hey, that Spider-Verse trailer came out.
Yes!
I was on it. I was like, yo, okay, bro. But that's not really Marvel. That's in association.
Yeah,
with Marvel.
Yeah, exactly. That's Sony.
In association with Marvel hasn't disappointed me in a while.
Thus far, yeah.
In a while. I'm not gonna forget. Yeah. I don't forget
the past 2 Spider-Mans. Yeah, you don't forget those.
You know, I'm not gonna forget, but you know that Spider-Verse was good. Mm-hmm. So I'm giving them that, but it's just like, I don't know. And then there's been so much just like around it. But how did you feel about the Eternals?
Okay, so I watched it. I don't know if I told you. I watched it like 1 week or 2 weeks after it came out, and I immediately regretted it because I do not like to be. No, like the experience, not the actual movie.
Oh,
I'm not talking
okay.
About the movie. I'm not talking about the movie yet. I got some feelings about the movie, but the fact about like I watched it with like I guess regular people. Oh my gosh, they're so annoying, bro. Like this group of
regular people.
Yeah, like a bunch of like I don't know. They're middle schoolers. I get probably more middle schoolers, probably even 6th graders. Every other thing they had to say had to be a curse word, even if it even was it grammatically correct or something, just to be cool or whatever. It was the 3 of them, and then messing around this and that, and then you got another couple in the corner probably making out and stuff like that, and then another couple in the corner like on their phone and stuff. Even though they're behind me, I can kind of see the light and stuff. Oh. It was all so annoying. And then in the movie there was a sex scene, and then some people got a problem with that. But to be honest, the sex scene was kind of bland. like I'm not much. You know me. If you know me, you know I'm very uncomfortable with PDA, this and that and that. But that made me really uncomfortable because it's how it felt like they were uncomfortable. You know, like with the whole
thing.
Is
there
a
sex scene in a Marvel movie?
I don't know. I guess because it was Chloe Zhao and she wanted to show like, oh, I can make this cinematic. I can do this and that. I'm sorry, Chloe Zhao, but you're not in a DCEU movie.
Kevin's gonna watch every single thing you do, so no matter how cinematic you want it to be, which it did feel at times, but because of it was in a Marvel movie, it didn't go up to that scale. So there was moments it was like, I feel like I know what this thing is trying to do, but it cannot do it. You know what I mean? And so yeah, so the chemistry between the two characters that got
like romantic interest.
Yeah, I didn't really feel it. I felt like they're probably like, I don't even know how to explain it, but I didn't feel the chemistry, and that she had another boyfriend and stuff in the movie, Dane Whitman or whatever, and the fact that the two actors were in Game of Thrones. Some people were saying like, oh, she has a type. I'm like, God, that's kind of funny. But anyway, but yeah, my favorite character, I think when people watch it, they'll have a favorite character, because the Eternals, they're very, I think they're all good, very diverse and stuff, but again, the movie kind of felt like it was doing so much. Just because this movie is almost 20-something movies into a franchise, and trying to explain the reasons why you haven't seen these characters before then, you know?
And that's the other thing that gets these movies sometimes. They try to explain everything, and it's like, bro, just let the movie be a movie sometimes.
Yeah, so it was trying to do so much, trying to shoehorn, oh, wow, we haven't been here. It's not a spoiler, but like, because we were sent by a deviants, they told us not to go, not the deviants, Celestials. They told us not to be involved unless deviants are involved. So this whole time we've been here, we've just been chilling. I'm like, okay, I guess, but still, it still didn't make sense for certain things.
But does it like show things happening and them being around?
I don't know. It tries to contain its own story while still trying to like progress. Try to be a part of the MCU. So I think that was kind of like, let me be a little nerdy here, but that's kind of being like Chloe Zhao's vision for the movie, trying to make it have its own story, have its own thing within itself. But then Kevin Feige and Marvel people would be like, well, you have to make sure that it makes sense with the rest of the other movies we have thus far, and it paints a map or whatever for what we're gonna do in the future. So like those moments, it's like, okay, it's not bad, the characters interacting, and honestly, there's a little bit too many characters, because there are moments like even Makari, the one I really liked a lot, Lauren Ridloff, which I'm starting to look up now, and she's on Walking Dead. So now I'm gonna start like looking all her stuff. She's pretty cool, and she's deaf too, which is really amazing. She's a really good actor. But anyways, like characters like her, I felt like kind of like missed an opportunity for you to like. Yes, it was representation, but the amount of time that she was in the movie didn't feel like, I don't know.
It felt like them being like, look.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, she's in it. Representation.
Yeah, exactly.
I hate when they do that.
Yep. And then when Henry Tyler Moore, I think I'm saying his name now. I forgot his name. But anyways, he is, I think Hephaestus. I forgot. They were based on Greek gods or whatever. But yeah, he's gay in the thing, and he has a gay husband. Well, of course he's gay. He has a husband. He has a husband and a kid and stuff. And like, honestly, when it comes to things like that, I honestly don't have a problem with that, just as long as like
it's not forced.
Yeah, it's not forced and it's delicate and stuff. At times it didn't feel that bad, but I don't know. It felt like at certain points it felt like he was just there because he was gay, so it didn't feel like he actually like had a character besides just being gay. You know what I mean?
I feel like in that's a problem. That's the problem with, no offense, straight people making things. Like, stop making it be like, look, he's so gay and it's gay and gay, he's there. It's like, okay, so queer people can just be people too, you know?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You don't have to force it. Like, let them just naturally be a part of things. Don't, like, oh, they come in. I feel like, what's it called? Emily in Paris had that problem.
Oh, really?
That black character was also supposed to be the queer character.
That's
and every time he came in,
they'd be adding layers and stuff like that.
They'd be like, oh, they're not just black, they're gay.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, bro, like, every time he was in a scene, it was like, he had to be extra, like,
oh my God.
And I'm like, okay, but not everybody's like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Stop
not every queer
forcing
person
it.
acts like that. Yeah.
It feels, but yeah.
Yeah, there's only a few things I've seen throughout media that get it pretty good. Like, they're regular people. It's just that who they tend to fall in love with, be with, or whatever, however you want to call it, is the same sex and stuff like that. So there was moments where it felt like he was just basically just being the gay character. But I do say that the actor, he did act and he was good. Like, every scene he was in, I really liked it. And then so for the most part I kind of liked it, but at the same time, if I missed it, I wouldn't have mind. You know what I mean? Like, I would just probably watch spoilers
well, now I don't
about
feel
it.
bad missing the movie.
Yeah, you didn't miss it that much.
That was our first one without each other.
Yeah, that is true. The only thing I want to see is just interested in seeing what characters end up in different places. Like, what?
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Was Kamala in it?
Chameleon Johnny? Yeah, he was in it. He was ended up being like some kind of like...
No, Kamala Khan. Ms. Marvel.
Oh, no. She's gonna have her own show, you know?
What are they setting up with the Eternals?
Oh, yeah, because she was supposed to like have some kind of
yeah.
DNA. I actually have no idea how they're gonna put her into that. Or she's
just gonna get her own thing?
Yeah, maybe. She's supposed to be in Captain Marvel 2. Which is another movie we didn't watch together. And I'm not gonna lie, a lot of people in the fandom have not really watched Captain Marvel.
But
somehow made $1 billion, so I guess somebody was
I got to see that
watching
one through an early screening with my sisters.
Oh, really?
For free. That, back when I rolled like that, you know, I was always getting those screenings.
Yeah.
I don't get them no more. But I just don't go out anymore. But when I went to go see that, I remember like, yeah, this could have not existed. That's exactly how I ended that movie. I was like, yeah. Now, I'm not saying, oh, everybody sucked, blah, blah, blah. Everybody did the best with what they could. Mm-hmm. You know what? And at the end of the day, I'm going to just go ahead and blame the script. I don't usually do that, but I'm going to blame the script. It just wasn't something that felt like it needed to happen. Yeah. And I feel like even at the end, because you know how, what's it called? When they're being dusted, and then Samuel L. Jackson pushed the button, and then it showed her.
Yeah.
Thing. Okay, we watched a whole movie, and then we saw her give him that thing at the end. Bro, that could have been a little Disney Plus extra. You did not need to do a whole movie just to be like, here's this pager. That's all we get. But the pager already showed Captain Marvel's symbol on there. Yeah. Nobody needed the backstory for Carol Danvers.
Oh, I see what you're saying now. Yeah.
What did you do? Nothing. You did nothing.
Another movie that shoehorned itself into the existing universe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't establish anything worth establishing, because at the end of the day, I mean, I guess the only thing it did tell us was, okay, so Captain Marvel exists, but she's not here. Yeah. A whole movie to tell me that?
That's basically what the movie was.
Not here. Oh, look, Captain Marvel in a video thing. Yeah, I have other things to do in other planets. Thank you. Thank you, Carol. End call.
That's like, bruh, remember that person, bruh, like, they always too busy for you.
Exactly.
Bruh, like,
but they're the most powerful.
Yeah, they're like the coolest
they're the
person.
Most powerful.
Yeah. That is so true. Even when she was in Shang-Chi, I was like, wow. Even the way they did it for Bruce not to have her number and stuff. I don't know. There's certain things, like, maybe it's Brie Larson, maybe it's the way they wrote the character, but I don't understand the character at all. In the comics, she tends to come off as arrogant, stuff like that. Okay, let's work with that and, like, make it more personable, because you have Brie Larson, Oscar winning, whatever. But still, like, she's still kind of like a wood. Like, she's just a stick, bro. Like, I don't understand.
It's like, hey, we have this.
But she's powerful. Yeah, she's powerful. They don't understand her. She's too OP. That's the problem, too.
She's like Superman.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you can, and this is with any universe. DC, Marvel, any others that may exist, that actually exist, that I don't know about, like
Star Wars.
Yeah. You don't have to introduce a character just because you know it exists. They didn't have to bring in Captain Marvel, because what did she do that was so amazing? She didn't take the glove off of anybody. She didn't take the stones from anybody.
She did go through the one thing Endgame? One of those things like, oh, there's something coming straight super fast from the atmosphere. Remember that one part?
She did one.
Yeah, that was a good part. But
it was cool, and it looked cool, but it was one. It was one. It's not Captain Marvel came to, you know, at least pull a Yondu and get like his arrow that he be controlling.
Yeah.
You know, get multiple, do something. She did one. Everybody else did the rest of them.
Exactly.
She literally could have just not been introduced at all. You know when we could have learned about Captain Marvel? After Ms. Marvel.
That's actually a good
And it would have been like, oh, I look up to her and she's a thing in here. It's like, oh, okay.
And how she's never been here and stuff like that. And
we could we think like, oh, but why hasn't she been here? Here's a line you could use for the movie. Too bad she's at other universes right now. Boom. Gone. That's the whole captain. Why wasn't she there? That's why. A whole sentence. Boom, you're done. And you continue with your life. Yeah. No. Instead, you waste my time with this movie that didn't need to, like, what?
Didn't make any sense, bro. What? Apparently she was fighting with her emotions and all that stuff, but yet the whole time, again, like, I'll give Brie Larson credit. Maybe I have to watch her. Well, my dad's, like, literally favorite movie. He likes to watch movies based on true life stories. I don't know, my dad likes those movies. But she's in that movie, Just Mercy. She was a lot better in that movie, so I will say that she has chops. So I'm going to go ahead and
watch that one.
Yeah, it has Michael B. Jordan. So yeah. That's probably why. But yeah, I'm going to give, we're gonna talk about that too. Actors we don't think who can act. He doesn't have that much range. MBJ doesn't have that much range.
Good. Anyway, guess who I am? Every movie, Killmonger taking something off. In the Apollo movies. In that one movie where his wife was like killed. It's like, I'm like the Michael B. Jordan grunt.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll be like,
we could go that. We could have an unpopular opinion time. We just talk about actors. That's another thing. But yeah, so I'm gonna give her credit that like the script, like you did before, and so critique the script. I'm gonna critique the script and say that it didn't give her enough, and the director didn't give her enough range as an Oscar-winning actor to do her job and figure out the way to make this character at least somewhat likable. Even though the character
there was a lot of moments too where I was like,
even though the character's a douchebag, there's a way for it to come across for us to still want to follow this person. You know, yeah. What else?
So
that was the Turtles, but I already forgot the other stuff.
So we said, okay, you liked Winter Soldier or Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. I watched
that one was. I feel like that was the most woke thing I've ever seen Marvel do. Same. But at the same time, I don't want to give them too much because I just want to be like, okay, so you see how you did that and it worked out. Always do that. Every time do that. Where it's not a like, oh yay, we did it. Like, no, you shouldn't need to do that. That's our bare minimum.
Yeah.
And if that was a lot, take a look at yourself. That's a problem. Okay? Like, I really enjoyed it. They were doing good things with WandaVision and then they didn't.
The last 2 episodes I don't like that much.
I still like the idea I don't get why they didn't put Doctor Strange.
That is true.
This is what I'm talking about. How you set up a whole person and then set up another person. We've literally seen Doctor Strange pop up for things that really he shouldn't care about.
Yeah.
Like in Ragnarok when he pulled Loki.
Yeah, that's my favorite part.
Like,
I've been falling for 30 minutes. Yes.
Like, you did that, but you telling me Wanda done taking over a whole town and you out
drinking your tea.
Like, come on.
Hanging out with Wong. Come on. Even Wong could have showed up or something.
Even Wong could have showed up and been like, hey, what's going on here?
Yeah, exactly.
What are they going to be like? Oh, I feel like there's going to be some throwaway line in Spider-Man. It's going to be like,
why he didn't show up.
Oh, yeah, chaos magic is too much for me. You're the Sorcerer Supreme. I better not hear that.
Yeah.
Where was
they
Doctor
dropped
Strange?
The ball at that, bro.
Where was Doctor Strange? He should have been there. You establish these people and then you don't use them. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I know.
Like, magic.
They actually introduced magic into the MCU with Wanda. Because this whole time we were kind of feeling like, okay, since we have the mutant stuff, they're going to say she's a mutant. But no,
they said,
a witch.
They said, and they've been calling her witch and using that. So we're not going to do... I'm just assuming at this point Magneto's never going to be a part of it because they just in that show where they made it seem like, oh, here's Pietro, and then it was like, oh, it's the other
one.
one.
My gosh, I got so mad at that.
But that I felt like for me that was them being like, okay, it doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist.
Don't ask us about it again because it doesn't. So that means Wolverine, all that stuff doesn't exist in the Marvel MCU, and it's like, wow.
Put that in though.
It's on Disney Plus though, isn't it? All their stuff now.
Oh, you mean the X-Men movies?
Yeah.
I think so. I need to rewatch them.
It's like you went through all that, and I went through that too. So if you think about it,
I never went through that side of MCU.
Oh nah, bruh, because it really wasn't MCU when that started.
Yeah.
So, I didn't. even though I was sitting there like, you know, I was squinting at it like, this don't make that much sense.
I don't know, bro.
But whatever. Because it's funny because when I saw that, I didn't even really know about Deadpool. It wasn't until the Ultimate Spider-Man had an episode with Deadpool that I actually looked into, like, who is Deadpool? And then the movie for Deadpool came out.
Yeah.
And then that's when I was like, oh. But by then, like, Green Lantern had already been out, saw that. Like, that was before I was hardcore into the movies and the superheroes, but I had still been watching it. So I was like, wow, so y'all just basically told us, yeah, none of that exists here. Don't ask anymore.
Yeah,
it's
I guess
done.
we'll see then.
But it just feels like what Marvel is doing is, like, they pick and choose what they want to make sense. It's like they want a grand storyline, but at the same time, they don't anymore.
Yeah, they really don't. I feel like the universe is getting too big. That's probably comes with having so many characters.
Yeah.
You know? I guess it's expected to happen, but...
But you know what? And I think, like, you don't have to connect everything.
That is true, too.
So don't play it that way.
They can. Everything else can, like... It can still be a whole universe, but certain things will happen there. Some things will happen there. I think that's kind of the idea they try to do with Star Wars. Like, the fact that the trilogy, the original 3 trilogies, they're a story within itself somewhere else, and then the other 3 are, like, somewhere else within itself.
Yeah. And
they just try to take a couple characters to show that they exist within the same world, but it's not.
But it's not happening together.
Yeah.
Which, honestly, they dropped I think that's another thing about Spider-Man that I don't like. They put too much reliance on Iron Man, and Iron Man is dead.
That is true too.
That's a problem. But everything that's going on right now all has to do with Tony Stark. It's like they can't let go of their first baby.
That is actually kind of true. Dang,
you don't
I
have
didn't
to
think
say
about
kinda.
that.
Just say it's true.
Okay, it is true. I didn't even think about that.
Like,
dang.
And you see, like, these are the things that are going through my mind, and I'm like, do I want to be disappointed? Because I promise you, we have to hear about Tony Stark in this next one.
Yeah.
And every single thing mentions Tony Stark, Avengers Tower, Avengers. Like, they don't let them just exist on their own. Mm-hmm. Like, what's it called? I keep saying this, but, like, honestly, Black Panther was the only Marvel movie that didn't disappoint me at all. Mostly, kind of. That's a lie. It disappointed me a little bit, but whatever. It disappointed me the least.
The least, yeah, okay.
They had a whole story that, yes, it started in another movie, but it was contained in its own self.
Yeah, that's good.
Everything that occurred had to do with self. It's not like we were having and then Thor did this, right? And it's like, yeah, Thor did do that. Why are we talking about Thor? Thor's not going to come up in here. Why are we talking about Thor?
Guys.
We're in Wakanda. Let's talk about Wakanda.
I think that was a purposeful thing, too, because the fact they were in Wakanda, too, and I guess it kind of helped that it was secluded like, within itself.
It's isolated, but, like, that's what I mean when I mean, like, have your own thing. And then when they did have them in there, even though they definitely should have had them way more, it was, like, cute. It was when it was like, oh, yeah, they are there. Like, this is nice.
Yeah, when they were in Infinity War, wasn't they in Wakanda?
Yeah,
I still wish they had more Wakanda scenes than Infinity War.
Yeah, for sure. But honestly, they couldn't do it justice, to be honest.
Yeah.
That was a lot of good people, good work ethic, like, good intentions actually being pushed through and seen through. Yeah. And I just feel like... I felt like Black Panther was not a cash grab. Captain Marvel was. Yeah,
for sure, bro.
Black Panther, for sure. They didn't even know Black Panther was going to do what they did. But they wanted Captain Marvel to do something. It feels like everything else has just been a cash grab and it can't, like, exist on its own. Now, Wanda's story could not have existed on its own.
No.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier also it cannot. It could, but they should not let it exist on its own. It should spread out and, like kind of start to appear in other stuff because Captain America was such a big thing.
Yeah, exactly.
They need to, like, even if it's gonna be, like, the struggle of getting this new Captain America to fit in as well, like, that should start to appear in other stuff. Because, like, you can't tell me that we had the Avengers and now these ones are gone and this one took over. One of the person that they put as Cap killed somebody in plain sight and nobody's saying anything. Everyone's just like, yeah, the Avengers is something I did. You don't care that someone... Okay. Okay. Like, sometimes Hawkeye's a little too chill for me, but sometimes I be feeling it too. I'm right there with you, man. I'm tired.
It's my job, bro. Like, after I clock out, I ain't here.
Honestly. He literally... And that's the feeling I get from... Hawkeye said, I'll tell you... I get out, I am not here. I'm not here for the noise. Leave me alone. I don't even know. He don't even be trying to be seen. Like, he minding his own business. Yep. Like,
ever since the first time we saw him, I think, was it in the Thor movie? The first time we saw him, he literally was all the way up there. He wasn't trying to be seen.
Always. Yeah. I love that. Keep that same energy, Hawkeye. And I don't feel like Hawkeye's show is a cash grab.
No, not really.
I don't feel like it's a cash grab.
Yeah. I like their chemistry too. They really do have that mentor.
She's annoying. She's annoying, but it's like I feel it. It's like I didn't ask for this. Yeah. It's like I was just about to clear your name. So I like it. I'm not annoyed with it. I actually do enjoy it. But I'm not like, oh, I gotta watch the next episode of Hawkeye. Like, I'm just like, okay. Like, I'm like in the middle of the most recent one. Yeah. And I was watching it, and then I just realized, like, it's been a week since I, like, started it and didn't finish it. And I was like, oh, my bad. But I also, like, whatever episode's the most recent. Okay. I don't even keep track like that, because I started watching it when I was away. Oh, okay. So I started watching it. Not that I forgot that it was going to drop, but I didn't realize that it was dropping so soon. So, especially because they were doing it was Christmas themed, so I thought it was going to be closer to Christmas.
Yeah, it was before Thanksgiving.
So, yeah I was like, oh, okay. One thing I do love about that is the hearing aid and everything. I really, really like that, because it's been speculated, but now they finally
it was in the comics too. Addressed it. But it makes sense. Like, there was a little part is like, how come you have like, and you see the scenes where he's literally crashing into so many things. I'm like, yeah, you definitely gotta have like some kind of
something
injury in your ear like that. Yeah, and that's kind of cool. He's learning some sign language, and I do really like what's her name? Her real name is like Alaquila Cox or something like that. The girl that's like Maya Lopez. Mm-hmm. They haven't given her that much, but apparently she's gonna have her own spinoff. So I just
I liked her too. I liked seeing her backstory and stuff.
Yeah, she was interesting.
She's cool. I'm not gonna lie, I'm rooting for her.
Yeah, she's pretty cool. I can't help it. She's been pretty cool and like.
She's not to be trifled with, and I respect that. Yeah. Like, I get the whole like, oh, jokey, haha times, you know, while we're doing our little quips and stuff. But sometimes I just want that person like, you disrespected me, you disrespected my dad.
Yeah,
like,
you killed my family.
I want that sometimes. Like, I don't want to just have the haha he-he's and everything. Like,
how did you feel about Yelena at the end? Do you not like her, or you just like forced?
I feel so bad. I feel like I can't even accept her because I don't like how any of that went out.
Like, wait, is the actor, or you just don't like the character, like, and how they're trying to put her in?
The character.
Oh, okay.
Like, you know me. If I don't like someone for real, I'm not watching it.
Yeah. You're right.
Michael B. Jordan. I'm gonna have to pay for that one day. But like, because it's so hard. Like, I really want to give her a chance, but I can't, because I'm just irritated by how all of that went down, and it's just like, you don't need to be here. Same with Captain Marvel. Every time I see her, no offense, I be rolling my eyes, because it's like, what you doing?
Pretty good so far.
What you doing? Yeah. What you doing, man? Nothing. Oh, you know what I loved?
What?
Marvel's What If.
Really?
Wow,
I did not know that.
Look, I shed a tear because I heard my brother's voice for the last time.
Oh yeah, R.P. Chadwick Boseman.
That's my brother, y'all. Chadwick Boseman, my brother, my inspiration. Like, I love him. I loved hearing him, but I love when people take something that you already know and then, like, let me change it up.
Yeah. I like most of the episodes too. Yeah, I forgot about that show.
I think was there one that I hated? I don't think there was one I hated. One that was rough for me to watch. The Stephen Strange one was hard, but it was like, it had to happen because we needed to get to this end point. Mm-hmm. So that one felt like, and that was a good payoff. Watching all of these episodes and then seeing at the end how they culminate and how they relate to each other, like,
that was good.
Loved it. That's the kind of payoff I always want. And it's funny because I felt more satisfied by that than the whole MCU so far.
Wow.
I hated Endgame.
Well, they did something right. Yeah.
You know?
You didn't like
but
Endgame,
it's so funny because, like, that was just the what ifs and the messing around and the, oh, we're going to do this instead.
Let's just try this and flip this out. Yeah.
I loved it. I thought, like, the only thing that was kind of weird was the animation. Like, I felt like it was kind of ugly.
Yeah. There was sometimes it felt kind of like stiff.
Yeah. But they really, really tried to get everybody to look as close to human as possible.
Yeah. So
that was cool.
Yeah, there was some episodes that looked kind of more stiff than others, and then some more looked a little bit more smooth and like human-like.
Yeah,
that was weird.
I think, you know what? That's my A+. Good job, Marvel. You did something right. Like, that one I was excited every week. I was ready for it. I watched those as soon as they came out. Nothing else that has been released this year have I, like, been waiting for.
Including Loki? Wow.
Have I waited for. Because after I saw that first episode, I pretty much made up my mind about how I felt about it. So, and you know me, I make my... the whole time.
You kept the same energy?
Yeah. So this second season, they better work because I'll stop watching it. I don't care. I love Tom Hiddleston. I really do. But...
yeah, they gotta figure something out.
Especially because that's not the Loki I fell in love with. So
you feel like they made him too anti-hero or something like that, or is this
it's like
they're trying to make him seem too good, not as
mischievous? It's like they're trying to he's not mischievous. Like Loki's not all anything. He's not 100% bad. He's not 100% good. He's like a mix. And this Loki is like, I mean, he's at the end of the day, he's just trying not to die. Mm-hmm. But I mean, we've already seen that when you get, what do they call it, purged or?
Yeah, I think it is purged.
Yeah, whatever. You don't actually die. You go to somewhere else, and then you die.
Yeah.
Like, and you can resist it if you just join the others who have resisted it. It's not fun, but you're still alive. So like, it just kind of feels like a constant like, what is life? And I also feel like that whole like TVA and everything. And all that stuff just kind of like dismantled existence for the entire universe.
Yes, that's a good point too.
It dismantled existence.
Like, it started making me question certain things. Why did certain things happen the way they did?
Why did certain things happen the way they did? What makes a timeline more important than another? How did this not, like, oh, the Avengers were supposed to take the stones, but the stones were gone from their place. So shouldn't that have stemmed off a whole nother thing where like they never returned them, or like, and it just for me, like, if the things didn't go exactly right where they're supposed to be, then it doesn't make sense that it would fix it back. Like,
the TVA,
they're just, and I just
TVA's
feel like
existence makes certain things kind of like not as
exactly. It just made it feel like, I feel like they really shot themselves in the foot with that one. It's just not good. Who knows? The second season could redeem it and make it like, oh, okay,
it makes more sense now.
Like, we have a big bad that exists for what reason? He's a big bad, but he wasn't doing nothing big and bad. Like,
I don't know. Apparently he's gonna do something big and bad in Ant-Man, the one that everybody forgets about. I don't think we watched that together.
No, I don't think we
Or was
did.
that before we started watching Marvel movies together?
It's weird because we like sometime, I know Civil War was the first one we definitely saw together, and then after that we kind of made a point to see stuff together, specific ones. Yeah. But Ant-Man I never really cared for. Ones, So especially like if I don't care about something, I just don't. Yeah,
that's true. But if none of us are feeling as hype about it, then we won't watch it together.
And I just want to say, at the end of the day, Thanos wasn't a bad guy. He just
he was misunderstood.
He was misunderstood. And I don't usually say this about people that I don't find attractive, but I agree with what I agree with what he was saying. Like, Killmonger wasn't wrong. He was right. He just went about it the wrong way. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying for my dog Thanos. They out here snapping people out of existence. All he wanted was for everyone to have some. Because now what we see, people complaining about how that 5 years was prosperous. So now what? Now we gonna have some group rise up like Thanos was right. Like, I mean, they probably don't all know his name since they call it the blip. That's a dumb. I'm just.
But then again, it's in real life, it'd come up with a dumb name. Not something that's so cool.
But it's just like that's something that's like going. Everybody's dealing with this whole thing that happened. Like for 5 years, people had enough. People were prosperous. Like people went missing and people died and this and that. But
we had time to readjust. We had time to heal.
It worked out. It was a moment of peace. we had to work together, and isn't working together so nice? Like, I get it. Like, I get every time I see more and more things from after the snap, like, I'm like, you know what? My dog Thanos wasn't far off. You know, we out here like, oh, he's so bad, he made that glove, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, at the end of the day, if you were raised in a place where people were dying and you had to struggle for food, you would come up with some convoluted way to solve the world's problems too, okay? Like, and I don't know, I just feel like I'm right there with him. Sometimes my solutions to things are Thanos level too. Like, it's like, okay, Gina, yes, but no. Like, someone could have sat him down and be like, you know what? Gamora, you could have sat him down like, Dad, I feel for you. I do. But no.
So you just need some sympathy, someone to understand.
Someone to sit and talk to him like, I like this. Let's take that and see how we can make it a win.
Oh yeah, T'Challa did that. Remember in the What If episode? Apparently he talked him down.
Yeah.
See, bruh.
Like this is that's my closing statement. Thanos was right. And it is what it is. Bring me back my sad boy Loki. I don't know about this one anymore.
Ooh. Yeah, I don't know.
Spider-Man is on. I don't know. We're still on to be determined.
Yeah,
I don't know.
on the fence about Spider. I am gonna watch it though with my brother. So.
I don't know if I'm gonna see it right away or not.
Yeah.
I know my brother was encouraging me to go and see it, and they wanted to go see it, but I don't know.
I'm only watching it honestly just because I don't want to. The week it comes out, no spoilers, no leaks.
Especially because there's been leaks already. Yep. Yeah,
I've had to.
Oh my goodness, I've had to avoid my main Twitter because of leaks.
Yep.
And I'm just like, I've only been there like barely, just through the notifications where it's like, oh, something comes through. Quick.
Yep. I gotta scroll away from certain people I follow on Twitter for Marvel.
I've been off of my other YouTube where I like look at all my nerd stuff. I haven't even been on it because I'm like, I can't risk it. Like,
I already still know too much, but I'm not gonna go dive in deeper. So I just go with the base level leaks I got into. But yeah, that's your closing thoughts.
That's my closing thoughts.
Yeah, so we're two black girls in the midst of misunderstanding of what's going on in MCU.
You know, if you think about it in a way, life replicates art.
Ooh. Ooh.
I was about to get deep because I was trying to compare us going through the pandemic and MCU's turmoil, but it is a lot. I need time to dissect this.
That's so funny. Like, the same time you felt this way about the MCUs, they're around the same time we've been in the pandemic, too.
Yeah, but it sucks that means, like, everything that I used to find comfort in before doesn't fill me the same way, and it sucks.
Bruh, that's something else you could talk about, too. Like, oh, bruh. This panoramic, bruh, still technically, I don't know, some people it's done, some people it's not done.
Variant number 4.
Yeah, exactly. Omicron. So.
Omicron. Meanwhile, I'm in California. The first case of Omicron has been confirmed in California.
Oh, did it pick? I don't think it picked it up.
I'm just like,
that reminds me of
the day of the concert. I'm like, I'm gonna still go. You know, if it's my time to go, let's go. I'll go happy. Thank you, BTS.
Oh my gosh. Well, guys, thank you for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and we see y'all next time.